Welcome back, everybody, to the Throttle Out Show. My name is Austin, joined by my good friend Austin. We're going to be doing a quick recap of the Tampa, of the Jacksonville, of the Orlando, the entire Monster Jam Stadium Series 2021 Florida Tour, and we're just going to get right down to it. Austin, my man, what in the blue hell is on your face right now?
Okay, so I got to be honest, man. Everyone down south is having so much fun with these shows. I just kind of want to feel part of it. I even got this picture on Zoom. Look, I even have this entire section to myself, and not because I paid for it. I just had one too many Coney dogs, and everyone just decided to vacate.
Well, you fooled me. I thought you were there. Wow. Look at you. Technology's come such a long way recently. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get right down to it. Starting in Orlando, we've got Barry Musauer's hometown. We've got Shaq running wild. Barry in Orlando. Barry in Orlando. Barry in Orlando. Oh, yeah. Barry is running wild in Orlando. It is also, Monster Jam fans, the very first time in America we've had 3 stadium shows in one weekend. Props to Monster Jam for that. Good job to you. And then with the very first show in show 1, Adam won racing and Megalodon. Good job, Team Megalodon. Way to go. But this is something I thought was pretty interesting, Austin. We go show 1, Adam wins racing, and he calls out Ryan. I don't know if you saw that or not. Adam wins racing, and he's like, he said something. He's like, but guess what? My younger brother, Ryan, he can't drive. And then guess what happens? Ryan goes out for 2-wheel and wins 2-wheel skill. And I think he won freestyle as well. He did. Yeah, Ryan won freestyle in the overall event. So that smack talking didn't get Adam very far. But you know what? I love it. I love seeing the Anderson boys on the same tour, back-to-back winner. I loved it. That was awesome. And then we roll right into show 2. Oh, actually, the big thing with show 1 is Ryan took the points lead from Tom after show 1. That's huge.
Finally. Yes, yeah. 100%. Because for a while there, I think in the last couple episodes, Tom Mintz was just walking away with the point series. It was almost unfair. Like, I think he was good, 60 points ahead of everybody.
Yeah, he was running away with us. So then we get into show 2. Guess what happens? Adam wins racing again. Good job, Team Megalodon. But staying in that real close, points battle, Tom wins skills, wins 2-wheel, the Great Clips Skills Challenge. But Ryan wins freestyle. And then, just so everybody knows, that was the night of the Hall of Fame induction. Everybody drove like an absolute madman or madwoman. Lindsey Reed's going off. Cole Vernard's going off. Everybody's going crazy. And it was a really fun show to watch.
But the best part of that entire show is the man, the icon, Dennis Anderson, coming out of the tunnel with Gravedigger, with Zoomies. Oh, I got goosebumps just thinking about that. It's been so long since I've seen a monster truck with Zoomies.
And then to cap that night off, Cole Vernard wins the overall. So good job, Cole Vernard. Way to go, bub. We're super proud of you over here. So we roll into show 3, and my man, Todd LeDuc, wins racing. Good job, bub. And then we've got Corey Rummel winning skills. He had a really cool skills show. I was really proud of him. I think that's where he did that moonwalk into the whole backflip ordeal.
Yeah, it was like a soft roll backflip over the cage and everything, which kind of hurt me a little bit. I love that old school S10 body, so he's tearing it up pretty good.
Yeah, he's not giving that thing any chances to stay pretty. And then staying within just that close realm of the points battle, Adam wins freestyle again, Team Megalodon. And so that is recapping the Orlando show. Just a few notes to take, okay? Ryan Anderson, Bakugan, Dragonoid, Bakugan, Macagon, however you say that stupid name. By the way, I hate that truck. That is such a dumb name for a truck. I hate that body. I was so disappointed when Monster Jam was revealing their new toy sponsor on this, and that was the best they come. I'm sorry. I could not stand Bakugan Dragonoid. Love Ryan Anderson. Love the team. I love watching him drive that truck, but seeing that stupid body fly through the air, I feel like if Bob Chandler would have seen somebody create Bakugan Dragonoid in the future, however long it goes, 46 years ago, he'll be like, nope, never mind, boys. Sorry, put it back on 46s. Put it back. We're not doing this anymore. Nope.
Man, so much hate for Dragonoid, my guy.
No, I'm not crazy about it.
I hate the stunt truck more than Dragonoid, but that's just me.
But the absolute biggest story that I want everybody to pay attention to with the Orlando shows, that is 3 stadium shows in one weekend. Why is that important, Austin? I'm going to tell you why it's important. Because those shows do not go. They don't happen without the crew guys. And the crew guys busted their balls making that show happen.
100%.
In racing.
Huge shout out to the crew guys.
In racing, in show 1, Ryan crashed hard in racing. He bent his forelink. He wrecked the body. He comes back out for skills. Doesn't miss an element. Comes out for skills, and I think he won skills. Yeah, he won skills. So kudos to the crew guys. You guys are awesome. We're getting that truck back out there on the track. And then in show 3, Ryan. This is the biggest part right here. Okay, so we had show 1. Okay, and you had show 2. In show 3, after the crew guys have been up all night wrenching on the trucks, Ryan goes out in racing with a blown engine. And they have that truck back by freestyle. Absolutely incredible. I know one show in particular I was at, and it just happened to be Ryan who blew an engine in intros. And I'll be damned if they didn't have that truck back by freestyle. And I was so blown away with that. Austin, I've been a part of some fast engine swaps up at Monster Jam University, but that one that they did last first quarter in St. Louis did hold the record for the fastest rear engine swap, and then they beat their own record going in with Ryan popping an engine and racing and having him back by freestyle. Absolutely insane.
Seriously, round of applause for the crew guys. Like, you guys kick ass. Awesome job. Seriously, every single one of you guys deserve that.
Let's see, what else we got? There in Orlando, we had some track complaints, some funky stuff going on with the track. There was a little bit of chit-chat going on the web saying there's something going on with the right lane. If y'all noticed, there were some pretty insane crashes in racing with that Chicago style in that right lane. Bari crashed hard, Ryan crashed hard. I know there were some drivers complaining about the backflip ramp, and then I know in one of the shows, like I think it was one of the day shows maybe, Todd and Monster Energy over-rotated a backflip and caved in the rear bumper on the truck, and that was kind of a testament to all the guys like, hey, something's not right with this backflip ramp. That's been something we've been seeing a lot. Guys over-rotating or under-rotating their backflips. It's been taking out trucks in freestyle.
100%. Absolutely. It might just be because, they got it's a 3 stadium show weekend, so these dirt crew guys are very pressed for time, so it might have been something that they were rushed to put together.
And on a separate topic, can we just appreciate for just one moment the effort that these independents have been putting into their trucks, such as Jim Kohler, an Avenger, and Jamie Garner, an Overboard, having almost different bodies on their truck for every damn show. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Pulling out all the stops, getting those fans a fresh new look each and every week. Y'all have no idea how hard it is to pull that off, and they've been doing a damn good job of it, Austin.
100%. And honestly, it kind of hurt me a little bit seeing Jamie destroy that one body, but I didn't feel so bad seeing Jim Kohler destroy his special body coming up in one of these future shows. So anyway, moving forward, but we're going to do a reverse real quick because we kind of mentioned it already, which was the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame, Monster Jam inducted Scott Douglas and Dennis Anderson into the Monster Jam Hall of Fame, the 2 very first ever inductees into the Monster Jam Hall of Fame. It's cool to finally see this baby take off. I can't wait to see where it goes. And then the next day after the Hall of Fame, they announced their 2 next inductees, which is Mike Wales and Gary Porter. 2 solid picks. I love it. I love seeing that they're going to induct more than just drivers into the Hall of Fame. I love that. I'm excited to see where this goes. All 4 of those guys, rightfully so, first ballot Hall of Famers all the way. I love it. Very, very well deserving to Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher. I kind of wish that they did a little surprise. I saw Gary was running around with his crew shirt on for Carolina Crusher. It would have been nice seeing someone bring old Carolina Crusher out from the tunnel, but still cool seeing that he's going to be inducted.
No doubt. Moving on right into Jacksonville, which was a 2-show weekend. We had surprise, Ryan Anderson wins racing, and he wins the skills. Good for y'all, Team Bakugan, Ryan Riddell, everybody else behind the scenes. Good job for keeping that truck rolling and just letting Ryan drive the absolute wheels off that thing and then putting new wheels back on it. Kudos to Team Dragonoid. Don't like the truck, but I do like the driver and the crews. We had Kristen Anderson wins her first ever freestyle, stadium freestyle in Gravedigger. That's what I'm talking about, Austin.
It's about time. I mean, we talked about like what does she have to bring to the table, and seeing the name Gravedigger at the very bottom of the points list is staggering. So seeing that Kristen actually had a little bit of a fire built up and ready to go and actually put on a really good performance and scoring, I have the results right here, an 8.9 total in freestyle. I mean, kudos to her and actually pulling off a W in that event. I think that was a rain show or a mud show.
It was a mud show.
And you and I both know we don't like dealing with the mud as crew guys after the show, because it's our job to take every single clump of dirt and muck off those trucks and try to make it look like it's off the showroom floor the next day.
Yeah, I don't care for it. The biggest plus side to it, though, is there's typically not a lot of breakage, and there wasn't at that show with it being a mud show. It just doesn't allow the trucks to be able to go full bore. It looks awesome, and it's still a great show, but that's the biggest. And then with Kristen Anderson winning, we also got to give a big shout out to Dougie Fresh, Doug White, and the rest of that Gravedigger crew. Good job for working so damn hard over the last couple of years with Kristen. You're finally getting that first stadium freestyle. Hey, we love it over here at the Throttle Show. We absolutely eating that ish up. Good job, y'all. Mm-hmm. That was Kristen winning freestyle. I believe Todd LeDuc won the overall at that show. Flipping it over to day 2, show 2. Ryan Anderson wins racing again. We got Adam winning freestyle, Team Megalodon. And then Jim Kohler, your boy Jim Kohler, wins the skills challenge. He had a crazy save and ended up winning the overall, being super consistent. He went from being Mr. Excitement to Mr. Consistent that day. So kudos to you, Jim Kohler. Good job, buddy.
Good job with Team Scream there. Absolutely on that one.
And then we can start real quickly with our Tampa recap. Good golly, Miss Molly, the way they ran this weekend. 3 shows starting on Friday, and they even had a practice on Friday, to my knowledge.
Oh, bless them. Oh, man.
They had a practice Friday morning for some reason, some type of walkthrough, and then they started the show. You and I had a funny back and forth on social media with who we thought was going to win racing, and then it ended up being actually what you predicted, which was seeing both the Anderson
finale.
Yeah, the Anderson
finale.
The Anderson brothers racing each other. Ryan wins that. That was still really cool to see. We saw Bryce Kinney take his first skills competition win of the season. Kudos to you, Mr. Mohawk Warrior. Good job, buddy. And then this was kind of interesting. It kind of aggravated me at first because I made a post on social media. It made me look like a fool, but Monster Jam corrected it the next day with a post on social media. They announced Ryan Anderson as the winner of freestyle, when in turn, it was actually his brother Adam. A little bit of confusion there, who won freestyle.
Actually, looking at the results from that show, I'm looking down at all the scores, and Overboard did not compete in that freestyle.
Ooh, I didn't know that. What happened? They blow a motor?
I did not know that either.
Blow a motor?
It says here that he competed in skills, got a 4.1, which if he got a 4.1 in skills, it usually means he probably broke something. But yeah, Overboard didn't compete in freestyle for that show.
What happened with Overboard? I didn't hear anything about that. And then Adam ended up winning the overall. So
by 1 point, mind you.
So after that first show, after Tampa won, there are now 4 shows remaining after Tampa. So every single show after that is very crucial to the points battle for right now the top 4 remaining trucks, which you have Ryan Bakugan, Adam Megalodon, you have Tom Mintz, Max D Fire, and you've also got Todd LeDuc, Monster Energy, all right there, neck and neck. If your favorite trucks just happen to be one of those top 4, there's a very good possibility you could still end up winning the championship this season. Going in to show 2, you had Ryan in Bakugan winning racing. Todd LeDuc and Monster Energy won the Great Clip Skills Challenge, and he ended up winning the overall later that night. Tom Mintz won freestyle. I was a little late on my predictions. That was honestly basically my prediction of what show 1 was going to be in Tampa on Friday, but instead Saturday night, That's how it went down. But also, everybody drove hard. There were some crazy crashes, some really cool freestyle action from that show. That looked like that would have been a really fun show to go to. That was when Todd did his little moonwalk all the way close, to the stands and popped it back over. That would have been a really cool show to go to. You look like you got something to say, Austin.
Yeah, so looking at the Saturday schedule, we had 2 trucks score absolute zeros in freestyle.
Ooh.
Overboard again.
Oh,
and
man.
Lindsay Reed and Scooby-Doo.
What is going on with Overboard, man?
I don't know. I mean, it says on the thing, it did not compete or the minimum time. You and I both know they implemented that new rule where they don't want any, one-hit wonders. You got to get past 30 seconds in order to get a score. Otherwise, if you crash or anything below 30 seconds, you get 0. So I don't know. I'd have to look back at the footage and see, did Overboard miss an element or did both Overboard and Scooby crash early? I have so much respect for this man, for he has been a huge inspiration to me ever since I was a little kid. Jim Kohler and Avenger goes to the finals in racing. On the 3rd show. Unfortunately, he is defeated by Adam Anderson and Megalodon. So it's no longer Ryan winning race, and Adam actually got a chance. But Jim Kohler already up there in 2nd place after racing. Then we go on the Great Clip Skills Challenge. Max D. Fire wins with a 9.4, winning. 2nd place right behind him. Jim Kohler and Avenger with an 8.7 in the Great Clips. So right off the bat, Jim Kohler just 2nd place. That's only 2 events down. There's 1 to go. And the last event is his specialty, Mr. Excitement himself. Doesn't win, but his teammate truck, Corey Rummel in Rage, wins style with a 9.2.
Damn.
7, with Jim Kohler in 2nd, right behind him with a 9.245. Your overall event winner, Jim Kohler in Avenger that evening.
Hey, what'd I just say? He went from being Mr. Excitement to Mr. Consistent. Attaboy, Jim Kohler. We are so proud of you. Throttle Out Show, baby. Way to go. So,
oh man,
that's our Florida recap for the most part. One thing we cannot say enough is that show does not happen without everybody else behind the scenes. Don't get me wrong. The track guys, they do some crazy ass, overnight, or let's stay up all night and build the track and load the dirt out. All the people behind the scenes in the back that you actually never get to see, pulling the strings and changing camera angles, working the sound. They got a lot of crazy shit to go through as well. But nobody puts up with more shit, I promise you, with getting the trucks ready, with dealing with the track officials, with getting their trucks ready than those crew guys. Hats off to you crew guys. Y'all are so badass for making this tour going, wearing damn masks and all. We cannot appreciate your crew guys more. Thank you so much for putting on an excellent show for all these awesome fans. We just want to do something real quick for y'all.
That's fucking teamwork.
We love you, crew guys.
I love that. I gotta say, there is one picture that came up on social media of our good friend Carlos that sums it up the absolute best. Hopefully, Parley will put it on the screen for all of us, where Barry Musauer completely tore the entire front end of that truck up completely, where the wheel, the hub, the champagne, and everything is separated from the housing. And you got poor Carlos just looking at like, well, this is going to be a long night. Carlos, I hope for your sake you had some margaritas and everything waiting for you at the hotel afterwards. You deserve it, buddy.
Hey, he had some Dos Equis. I can promise you that.
Absolutely.
That's fucking teamwork.
That's just fun to play, man. That is straight up for the crew guys, though. Y'all are awesome. This has been fun.
I miss this, man.
Yeah, I do too. Tell you what, this Florida tour has been nuts, and now we've got 2 shows left in this tour. 2 whole shows. And guess where it's at? Right here in Arlington, Texas. Guess who's going to be there at the shows? The Throttle Out Show is going to be covering the championship leg of this tour. I can't wait to be there Saturday night in my seats. I'm going to have a big old brewski in one hand, my phone in the other, getting all the information. We'll be live. We'll be saying all kinds of crazy shit off of social media, but we will be covering championship weekend. Throttle Out show. We'll be covering Monster Jam's Stadium Series 2021. I can't wait, Austin.
I'm jealous, my guy. I just hope you guys have an absolute blast. I hope Harley keeps you out of trouble. And maybe lay off on the brewskis just a little bit. We need you at your A game, my guy.
Maybe. Well, from all of us here at the Throttle Out show, remember, when in doubt, throttle out. Don't forget that. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be seeing you in Arlington. Peace.